Okay, sorry about that. Obviously, the King in Yellow caused us to go off the air. But yeah, so I don't know how much of that you heard, but basically, when you get to the store and see this book, you assume it is the King in Yellow just because of the way it looks. You can see the sign on it as well, Kyle, from now what is embedded in your hand, but it says Le Roi en jaune.
Does anyone speak French? Oh, the shop guy. Do you speak English?
Yes, I do. Again, he has quite a thick French accent, although there's a bit of sort of Middle Eastern in there, a bit of Arabic. You think?
Could you tell us about this book? Is this The King in Yellow?
Yes, it is.
Ah,
That is the English translation, anyway. Although the book itself is in French.
right.
Do you have it in English or American?
Maybe. Let me see. It'll be somewhere down the back, though. It's a play, isn't it?
So I'm told.
Let me have a look. Let me have a look. And he starts sort of going down and takes a King in Yellow. It'll take me a little while. So he sort of goes back around. Okay. Yes, there is a small book here. I don't know if it's the same thing. It's much thinner. But here you go. And he gets out this thin black octavo.
What's an octavo?
As in like a small story, small play.
Okay.
So, small. It's just got the sign on it. It's embossed in gold, almost like a weird version of the Bible, sort of in leather. Can all three of you make me a sanity roll?
What am I doing?
Pass.
Oh, unbelievable amounts of not passing.
Okay.
Me too.
Okay. So Kyle and Dominic, both of you take 7 sanity, as it's as if your soul is being dragged through each of the intricacies of this sign. You kind of open yourself up to these feelings of being in a dream, or dreamlike, but very ambiguous. Nowhere in particular, but you feel like you're everywhere, you're nowhere, and you want to follow this feeling.
Can I also point out to the keeper that those 2 sanity losses alone, I have now lost 20% in one go.
Indeed, and also you've lost more than 6.
Yep.
So
I've lost 20% of my total.
that's right. So both of you need to roll me a d10, please.
Really don't want to.
I know you don't.
6, 3.
8 from me.
Okay. I'm sure this happened the last time. But anyway, okay, so Dominic,
Yes.
You sort of feel these sort of dreams and passings of sensations, but then you hear these sounds as if they're coming from outside, and there's lots and lots of music, but they're becoming so overbearing, they're just entering all your capacity of your mind that you can't stay here. You've got to get out, you've got to run away.
Get out! Get me out!
You feel the urge to run away, very far away.
Yeah,
Being in panic, shall we say.
Yep. Get up. Get out, get moving.
Okay. And Kyle, can you... Yeah, this definitely happened to you last time, actually. Can you give me another significant person in your life?
Another one. Oh, Janie, which was my girlfriend before I went to prison.
Okay, whereabouts is she?
I don't know currently. Last time I knew, she would be in Washington, D.C.
Okay. You need to head back to Washington, D.C.
I gotta get back to Washington.
at
What
all
am I doing
costs.
here? What the hell am I doing in Africa?
Why the hell are you unaffected by this?
No, I'm reading the book. I haven't even noticed.
You see Dominic flee, and Carl starts scheming about traveling to Washington, D.C.
I've got. Where's the nearest bus to? Where can I get a bus to the nearest airport?
Oh, yes, there's a bus just down the road, a couple of blocks.
So I've got to go. Start picking up all my baggage and stuff.
I'll see you in an hour, darling, when you've recovered.
That is very much the definition of splitting the party.
Yes, I'll be along.
Okay.
Yes, no problem.
So, Helen, are you planning to read the book from start to finish?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, it takes you about 45 minutes, but can you add 5 to your mythos rating? And essentially, it is a very ambiguous story. You can't disbelieve though what's written. Everything about it seems true. In terms of this king appearing in his land of Carcosa. It's a very dreamlike play. It kind of goes into prose and then couplets and then maybe even haiku, you think, at some point. It's very odd. The way each of the characters talk as well is very fluid in terms of like different structure of verses and things like that. But when you get to the end, you kind of think there wasn't really a story in there. It was more an experience. But you definitely have more of a sense of, okay, this could be one of the ways he appears, you think. Maybe not the only one.
When you say one of the ways he appears, specifically, what do you mean by that?
As in, as a king in a yellow robe with a crown.
Okay.
But as you close the book, you realize that both your friends have disappeared.
Well, presumably there's at least a bookstore owner, possibly even an impromptu guide hoping for more money. So I'll pay the bookkeeper.
Sure, yeah, I'll be fine with that. Yeah, so he takes the money off you. It's only a couple of dollars for it. But yeah, you head out. There are guides. There are people trying to sell you things. It's again very easy. Lots of opportunities for tourism.
Well, if I was a crazy sheriff who liked to wield my gun around, where would I have gone? Could be anywhere. Whereas I know where Kyle's gone. He's gone to the airport. 45 minutes behind, but there won't have been a plane yet. I'll head there. Maybe the sheriff will, now where would the sheriff go? Anywhere but an airport, frankly.
Yeah, you ask the tour guide for suggestions. I mean, do you ask about like what do you ask him specifically? Like,
tour guide. Is it the one that picked us up in the park?
No. He's had to leave.
I've no real interest in a tour guide. I'll go to the airport, pick up Kyle.
Okay, that's fine. The airport is sort of in the city, actually, kind of on the east side. Takes you a little while to get there, but he takes you sort of along one of the main avenues in a place called Kamsongin. And you get to Ouagadougou Airport, which is basically just one single runway. It's a small place. And you do find him kind of fixated on the screen of flights, like desperately seeing if he can see Washington, D.C. in there anywhere. But no, there aren't any flights at the minute to Washington.
Now, Kyle, you know full well you can't get back to Washington for at least 2 weeks.
I'm waiting for a plane now.
There's none there, darling.
But if I can be here, I can go.
There's no plane for 2 weeks, so why don't you calm down? Tell me what this is about if you have to, but for God's sake, get out of the damn queue.
I've got to get back to Washington. I've got to see her again.
See who?
Janie, my old girlfriend. I mean, I've not seen her since I came out of prison, but
Well, that's a relief. For a moment there, I thought you were going to tell me there's a genie in a lamp, which, frankly, right now, I would have believed.
I've got to go.
And the fact that part of your soul is trapped in Carcosa and belongs to Yellow King doesn't in any way strike you as more important.
Well, yeah, but I just got this feeling I need to be in Washington.
Why don't you send her a telegram and get her to come here?
A telegram? That's a good idea. I didn't think of that. I just had to go.
You can make me a power roll, Kyle, if you want.
A power roll. Okay. Mouse. Power. Oh, yes. Made that by 30.
Okay. Yeah, your perspective changed a little bit. You think, yeah, that's better, you know, kind of covers all the possibilities if she comes to you.
Yeah, I think that would work. I wonder if we can
Now
send
you
a
become
telegram from
obsessed
the
with
airport.
that.
Start looking around for telegram.
Yeah, there's telegram. It's behind the desk, so you'd have to sort of ask to use it, but they do let you use it.
I'll rush over and I'll scribble a note and I'll pay the money.
Okay, sir, no problem.
Okay, now, assuming you don't get arrested for stalking, let's go find our sheriff.
That feels a lot better now. That's wonderful. Thank you for Helen. That was brilliant.
That's
a
okay.
really good idea.
Now, if you were a slightly unhinged sheriff with a gun and a tendency to use it, where would you go in a strange African city? Because I've been racking my brain. Oh, I've got an idea. Excuse me a second. I just need to pop to the bathroom. I am going to try, in a bathroom stall, I am going to try something I haven't quite done it this way before, but I've done all these teleport things and portals and things with this egg and the ring. I'm going to try and use it to bring the sheriff to me in the ladies' bathroom stall.
Okay. Interesting. Right.
See what?
You don't get a choice in this, so.
Okay, yeah, make me a power roll.
Okay, that is well, it's a hard success. I'm actually tempted to use the remaining luck to make it extreme, but no, it's a hard success.
Okay, that's fine. So, just so you know as well, Dominic, where you went before this happens, you run and run and run down these large streets trying to push through everybody. Eventually, you arrive at a huge, really wide river. There are some trees along the bank, though, so you do get a little bit of peace from that. But then, after sitting down for a few minutes, you hear the sound of a gun being cocked and held up towards you, and you see Igor looking a lot more sane, but obviously being aggressive at you. And as you're about to sort of say, "What are you doing?" or you know, whatever your remark is, he's gone.
What the
And you suddenly you smell bathroom, rather stinky bathroom, and Helen is in front of you.
There,
Okay.
Sheriff. Are you calm now, Dominic?
Just so I'm clarifying everything in my head. We've just, I was at a riverbank. Someone was pointing a gun at me. Well, actually, it was that professor guy from the plane was pointing a gun at me. And next thing, you have me in a bathroom stall. Just to clarify, this is the ladies?
This is the latest, yes.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't want to hang around in here. I have no idea what the prison terms are like in this country. And I think they're a little bit more prudish. Now, let's get you back to that riverbank, but this time I'll come with you and we'll bring Kyle. Wouldn't that be a better idea? We'll see if we can't pick up the trail of that there Igor fella. Don't ask questions.
At this point, I'm still trying to put two and two together, and coming up with something that's realistically heading towards like 100, rather than 6.
Mm-hmm. Can you actually make me a con roll, Dominic?
Me make a con roll. Let's see what my constitution is. And that is what we call a hard success.
Okay. So you
someone, right?
kind of rack your brains, you're trying to comprehend, you're starting to feel dizzy, getting a bit sick, but the feeling does pass as you stagger out of the loos. You think maybe it was just the smell in there. But you do
not
vaguely
natural.
remember where you were, and there is a large map in the airport.
I found him in the loose, Kyle, I say, smiling.
How did you know he was in there?
I don't answer. Let's go look at this map. Now, you say you were on the river?
Yeah. I go and look at the map,
Yeah.
trying desperately not to answer. Look at Kyle at the moment, because I don't know how to answer that question.
Okay, so you think it could be a couple of different places, but most likely it's on a street called the Ave du Barrage, and basically there's 3 different sections of the river, so it's the third, next to the third bridge. That's where most of the trees are, and you see a sign for a hospital. Actually, you do remember there being an H somewhere.
Mm.
Well, let's get ourselves a taxi.
There. That's where we were, right there.
So we're going to get ourselves a taxi.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's pretty easy, but it will take you a little while because, again, streets are full of celebrations.
Oh, well, this is more risky, but if time is of the essence, Sheriff, draw your gun and draw your bident. I'm going to try and take us straight back there.
Oh, God.
I'm not going to tell them this.
Okay.
Okay, so people start like gasping and getting worried. You can see that security is being called. So you've not got long, but can you give me another power roll, please, Helen?
Success.
Okay, so as you see the guards sort of come towards you and they've got batons and so on, you're gone. Can all of you make me con rolls, please?
Oh!
You're doing a lot of teleporting around at the minute.
I know. I've just been success to that.
That's a success.
That was
Okay.
1 into a hard success.
Okay, so you're all fine. You're not queasy or anything. You do get nearby, Helen. You're not bang on where Dominic thinks he was, but you're near. You're basically on the bridge. and you can see like the trees in front of you off to the left where you think Dominic may have seen him. But weirdly about this bridge, it's been closed off completely. There's actually a big sort of display that of like independence and stuff hanging over the bridge, and it's completely void of cars or even pedestrians actually, except for one car that is coming towards you at a very top speed.
Oops.
Oh, they're in a hurry.
I'm just gonna climb over this here railing and hang over the side of the bridge. So if they take me out, then they're going in the drink themselves.
Okay. You can all maybe dodge rolls as well if you want.
Oh, a hard pass.
Oh, yes, I passed.
Oh well, somebody had to fail.
Yep, and I also rolled extremely well. Okay, so with those of you who did pass, it still throws you for 6 because it's as if the car predicts a little bit. So you're kind of knocked a bit, made disorientated. But as for Dominic, oh fucking hell.
Hit me with it.
Okay, essentially rolled a nat 20, if you want to call it that. So you are smacked into by this car and are thrown right over towards the edge of the bridge, and you go unconscious actually.
Okay, that's
The other two, you see that he's been thrown quite considerably, and you're not sure if he actually survived that.
Well,
The car kind of starts coming to a halt and starts trying to round towards the rest of you.
I'll have dived, but as it veered for me a little bit more, I had to make a second roll to get out of it. But as soon as I see it hit Dominic, I'll jump up and run over to him.
Okay.
Dominic was trying to assess what's wrong with him and
Okay.
bring him round if I can.
Yeah. What's your dex score, Kyle?
My dex score is 35.
Okay, I'm just rolling really well today. Okay, so you run over, but you suddenly hear poof, 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 and you feel a bullet go into your ankle. You take 3 points of damage. I'll say that you do manage to hobble over still.
Okay.
Yeah, so Dominic definitely needs to get to hospital. He's unconscious. You can see he's hit himself pretty hard in a couple of places. There's blood.
Is he bleeding from his head at all, or?
Yeah, there is a bit coming from his head, mostly from sort of under his back.
Okay, I'll take off my shirt and try to use it to stem the bleeding if I can. Just put pressure on it.
Okay. And Helen, what are you doing?
Do I have my pistol from the luggage and the airplane, or was that not allowed?
Yeah, I'll say that you did because
Okay.
they were kind of stored further up.
Well, there's
Wait,
people
no.
shooting at us, so I'm going to shoot back at them, only less accurately. I mean, I'll try to hit. So presumably it's somebody in the car that's shooting, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, blimey, I keep rolling really well. That is, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to use up that 5 luck, and I will make it an extreme success.
Ooh, very good. Okay, so they see you aim your gun, but they don't duck down quickly enough, and you do manage to get. I mean, what's your rate of your gun?
It is 1, but it was an extreme success. So.
Okay. Well, you can certainly roll me some damage.
Okay. 4.
Okay. I'll say that you take out one automatically, and then another one is badly wounded. In fact, it actually makes the car go completely off course, and it does adjust itself, but it's way over. It would have to come back round to get at you.
I say, that's jolly unsporting, and they were onto us quite quickly. I wonder if these are people from the King in Yellow.
You don't think they could be able to tell when you're teleporting?
It's possible, but this Igor fella caught up with the sheriff when he was just running through the streets. These people, they must have already been on the bridge, unless they're from the King in Yellow. In which case, who's to say how he can sense us? And I'll take some more shots.
Okay. Okay, yeah, make a roll. The car's kind of coming up now, so
I miss.
okay. Even though it's sort of bang on straight, you just go a little bit wide, and then they make a shot. Oh my god, I'm rolling so well. That's two rolls under 10 I've done just now. Fucking hell. Okay. Okay, so you take 4 damage, Helen,
Okay.
as you feel 2 bullets go into your arm.
Mm-hmm.
And the car is again speeding up towards you.
Do something, Kyle.
Oh, I'll pick up the sheriff's gun and I'll fire at the
Okay,
car.
Yep.
I'm not sure what the stats are for his gun, but that is a hit. Just
Okay.
a regular.
When you did say you were firing at the car, as in like the tires or...
Fire at the tires, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So you hit the tires, and
The damage for the revolver is a D8 plus a D4.
A D8 plus a D4.
Fine, you don't need damage for tires. So you blow it in, and it kind of jolts a bit. They lose control, and the first bad roll. They actually lose control completely, and they smash into the railing, and they actually head over into the river.
Well, that was a little overkill, Kyle. Now we can't find out who they were.
Well, they might have survived. I'll rush over to the gap
Yeah,
in the
you
railings.
can see 2 of them scrambling out and trying to head to the shore.
Shit, they're all right. I could try and wing one of them.
You do that. I'll try to get this sheriff here to that hospital over there, and I'll
Okay.
start dragging him.
I'll take a pot shot at one of them.
Okay. Yeah, you can try. It's a way away, though.
It's a miss. That's obviously a bit too far away.
Yeah, if you want anything to do with them, you have to get down to the bank.
Do you really want one of them? I'll have to go after him.
I'm dragging the sheriff to the hospital. You do you, Kyle.
Okay, I'll run off to the side of the bank that they're crawling out of.
Okay. There's plenty of like small vehicles, so I don't know if they do tuk-tuks in Africa, but those types of sort of carts that they carry tourists around, and one of them actually stops when they see you bleeding everywhere, and get you to the hospital, which is a bit further down the road. Kyle, on the other hand, you head down
I'll be
the bank.
hobbling as well because I've been shot, but I'm hobbling as fast as I can.
Indeed. So you head down the road, and there's a couple of ways onto the bank. It's sort of like muddy, bit of sort of debris, etc. And they get out their guns as well. Do you shoot at them?
I do shoot at them. And that is actually a miss, but I would like to use 4 luck to make that a hit, please.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, both of them miss you, and in fact, they stop. I mean, obviously, one of them's been hit, as they do take that. Okay. You get him. Get one of them in the shoulder.
Okay.
They're two men. One of them is Igor. The other one looks sort of like him. He's Caucasian, quite elderly, but again with this sort of quite young complex to him. But Igor, the one who hasn't been shot, he looks at you and he notices your hand. And he starts laughing and says, "You couldn't resist it, could you? It has a very powerful hold."
Why? What does this mean? I hold my hand up.
Well, it means that you obviously are drawn to his power and that surely you want more of it.
Well, can I get more of it?
Oh, you can. You've wanted to head to Burkina Faso as well. That was your intention. Why?
Oh, we've found some clues that's been leading us this way. We've had some experiences that have all the evidence are pointing this way that whatever's happening is here.
Absolutely.
What is it?
Have you ever heard of the ruins of Laura Penny? I'm assuming that's where you want to go.
I was researching Bikini Faso back in America, so I might have actually heard of that.
Give me a library use roll.
Library use. That's probably not going to be great then, is it? No, I haven't heard of that.
No, you hadn't seen it.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
Maybe that's not your purpose, but that's certainly where you can get more power. There is one who resides beneath the ruins of Laura Penny, and that is the last Allah. An Allah being a being, if you will, who resided where Carcosa is now before His Eminence cleansed everything, shall we say. He holds the information, he holds the connection, the missing link to those two places, those two species. You will find everything you need from him.
Well, you seem to know an awful lot yourself.
Well, that's where we're heading as well, you idiot.
Well, you better come along with me then, because I've got a gun on him still.
There are two of us. And even the one with the bleeding shoulder holds the gun out. Maybe you should let your friends know as well that your plans of journey are changing.
I'll certainly let them know. But why are you going there? For the same reason?
Because he is the last Allah. He should have been eradicated years ago.
Right.
Eons ago, in fact.
Yeah, I don't know so much about this. You obviously got me at a disadvantage here. So why don't you tell me a little bit more? Why does he need to be eradicated?
You can try a persuade roll if you like.
Oh, shit, really?
Well, you are asking a lot of information from him.
I am asking, but he seems to be very chatty. No, that's a fail.
Let's go inform your friends and then we'll talk. And he
Okay.
kind of does that with the gun.
We'll head back to the
Unfortunately,
hospital.
as you knocked up our transport, we'll have to get something else.
Well, you were trying to kill us, so we responded in kind.
But we thought you were against the Yellow King. Obviously not. You think you are, but you're not. The draw is too great.
Do I feel anything about this Yellow King or not, since I've got this hole in my hand?
You do feel something. It's very hard to put your finger on what, but you feel almost a jealousy that Helen got to read the book and you didn't.
Right, okay.
as
Are we
if she
trying?
was strong enough, but you weren't. You had to run off. But you're worthy. You can do it.
I'll have another go later. Okay, I'll have to travel back to the hotel, but the hospital. But I'll say, will this heal the whole of my hand?
They look at you as if to say, "Why would you care about that?"
Because there's a hole in my hand. I can't hold things; it'll fall through.
Why would you need to hold anything if you're with His Eminence?
I don't know. Just I always have. So
You obviously have some more things to learn. I'm more than happy to share them with you.
obviously, okay. Well, I'm going to play along at the time. If he's going to be this friendly and this chatty, I'll get as much information from him as I can. I think.
He doesn't sort of tell you anything apart from like little bits of lore and splendor and things like that. But do you head to the hospital?
Yes.
Okay. So you all go together to the hospital. Again, it's fairly civil, but you can feel sort of a bit of tension. Are you thinking of trying to pull away from them at any point, or are you going to go to the hospital first?
Well, I mean, they did try and kill us, so I will try and I won't tell them we're heading to the hospital. I'll say we're heading back to a hotel, and I'll try and lose them in the crowds, and then go back to the hospital.
Okay. Okay, so you start walking towards the hotel, but yeah, there are plenty of crowds. You'll need to make me a roll to try and slip away, though.
Okay, I'll try to be appear friendly to him as well, asking lots of questions and
Okay, yeah, make me a charm roll then.
try and put him off a guard. Charm. That's not great either. Ooh, no, miles out.
Yeah, so they start getting. It's been a little while, and they start getting a bit wary that you're obviously taking them round in circles a bit. Have you lost your hotel?
I've never been here before. I don't know. I'm completely lost myself.
What's the name of the hotel?
The Royale, I believe.
The Royale. Which one? There's 3 of them.
I don't know. Was it on the Boulevard Charles de Gaulle or something? Some French guy's name.
Yeah, they're not convinced.
Well, that's all I can remember. Like I say, this is very confusing. A minute ago, I was in. It wasn't that long ago. I was in the hotel in the airport about to go home, but
They get out their guns again, and Igor says, "You must know where your friends are, surely."
they're at the hotel. I mean, they'd be here if you had tried to run them over, wouldn't they?
He does a warning shot at your foot and says, "Well, then maybe we should jog your memory a bit."
Well, you could try that. Can I just look at that and turn around and run?
Wow.
Oh God. I'm kind of tempted to say, okay, fine, just because of the timing. Yeah, okay, but you don't get much of a head start. Can you make me a con roll, please?
That's a 22 against 35.
Okay, cool. So they're quite quick, and they do realize what you've done, but you get this burst of energy, or maybe you're an actual sprinter, you don't know. But yeah, you do head through the crowd, and you do manage to lose them. It takes you a little bit of time to get round to the hospital, but eventually you do get there, to which I'll jump to all 3 of you together. So you find where Dominic is being sort of patched up. He's okay. He's in a ward at the moment with Helen, presumably.
Mm-hmm. I got shot myself.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah. So you've got a bandage around your leg. Dominic, you're kind of being pumped full of stuff for the moment, so you're a little bit out of it. But at the minute, you're on 1 HP essentially.
Car flying.
Is he okay?
No, but he's no worse than we've ever known him. So, you know.
Is this morphine?
I caught up with those guys in the car, and they were talking about some place called Lucrea Penny. I've never heard of it, but we might want to look into that.
Right.
They said
Well,
there's a lot of power there, and the last Allah lived or is buried or is underneath the site, and they're going to destroy him. But I don't know what an Allah is, so.
Well, that there then is where we're going to have to go and do our next bit of research. Now, normally, I'd suggest we get there first with a little bit of magic, but it seems to me that every time we do that, some shit goes wrong. So, what we need to do is make sure we get there before them.
We could hire another plane or maybe a helicopter, depending where it is, maybe a boat.
Well, I say a helicopter sounds like a great idea. But I was actually thinking if we aren't going to speed ourselves up, maybe we could slow them down.
What have you got in mind?
Well, I don't know yet. What do we know about them? Did you get their hotel?
No, afraid not.
Do you know where they're...
I just know they're heading to this place. There seems to be a lot of them. They seem to be fairly well organised.
Right. Okay. How many of them did you see?
Just the two. I hit one of them in the shoulder.
Well, I blew one of their heads off. But 2 is not a lot. 2 is 2 people.
Obviously, he's met somebody here. He was on the plane, and he's obviously got a team in this country.
Helen, as you're talking to Kyle, you notice that just sort of at the entrance to the ward, there are a couple of doctors that are talking, and one of them looks at the three of you periodically.
I'm going to stand up and hobble over.
Okay. Oh, madam, you're not in any shape to walk for now. Please, do sit back down.
Oh, I'm tougher than I look. I've had worse. I'm from America. We're used to guns out there. Now, tell me, how are you fine fellas doing today?
Fine, thank you.
Now, I want to just make sure that we all singing from the same hymn sheet here. I've had a little bit of an idea. I've got this idea for what we call private medicine care. So, what it means is I pay American money to you, and you don't fuck us over like you're planning to with that there conversation.
Can you make me a listen roll, Helen?
I actually have no idea what they're saying. I'm just assuming the worst and then accusing them of it to see if it will trigger. But I'm 2 out, and I used all my luck. Shit.
Okay. Yeah, you can hear a little bit of a kerfuffle down the corridor. Nothing majorly out of the ordinary. Maybe it was a bit of a patient or something shouting. But Kyle, going back to you for a second, a nurse comes up to the bed where Dominic is, They take a look at the chart. They've got another chart as well that they're holding, and they're sort of comparing. And then he gets out a syringe of some kind, and he looks like he's about to put something injected into the cannula. Oh, is it cannula? I can't remember what the hell.
Cannula.
Why, nurse? That's a big one.
What's that? What are you giving him?
It's what I've been told to give him.
Which is?
And as you say that, suddenly he is shot in the head, and the syringe sort of spews everywhere. And as you look around, Helen, as well, the two of the doctors standing by you, they're shot as well.
Okay, well, I hug one to use him as cover, and look for where we're being shot at from.
It's more like American you want to think.
There's another entrance to the ward. It's sort of a smaller corridor, which kind of goes off into a couple of branches. But as you head out, you see the weirdest thing in that there are other doctors that are coming out. They have guns as well, and there's basically this big shootout that is unfolding in front of you, and this sort of cover, obviously, it's all a bit chaotic. But there are a few, you think, patients in disguise or something. They've got sort of overalls on, but you see out of, just looking carefully, they've got bits of scales and sort of bits of tentacle type filaments, if you will.
Majority.
And I'm going to leave it there.
In Africa.
I was about to say, don't shoot. I'm not in skull uniform.
Wow, that was... Yeah.
And I'm drugged.
You're drugged, incapacitated.
I'm on morphine and getting shot at.
Still, I hope you liked that.
Yes, I'll be using Dominic Hollander's bed as cover, so I'll be firing across him.
You know what? I'm going to be too. You know what? I'm going to be too fucking high to notice.
Yeah, things are getting quite grisly.
Oh yeah, things just got seriously fucking real there.
Gunfight in a hospital.
Jeez.
What have we learned in the corporation campaign, guys? We don't take the intravenous med packs of other patients.
Oh,
that was
wow.
the last one, and I needed it.
More than the person you killed.
Yes, because they're about to die anyway. But anyway, you can do an upgrade thing for your luck. I'm assuming Becky's will be absolutely fine.
There's not a lot of opportunities for me to roll under it. Yeah, I succeed in boosting it.
Right. That just sums up my fucking night with regards to my rolling.
Mm-hmm.
I have been rolling fairly badly all night. And now with the upgrade of luck, when you're trying to roll over your current luck score, now I roll a 3. I mean, there was very little chance of me getting anywhere anyway because I've got a luck of 63. But I keep forgetting to use luck. I could have got myself out of a couple of situations there, but I keep forgetting to fucking use it.
Yeah, do you, wee man? Luck rolls. It comes and goes like the tide.
Yes.
Or in Becky's case, it sucks dry.
Did I succeed at spot hidden, or did I fail?
Last roll was a listen.
Did I succeed at that? No,
no, you didn't.
I'm trying to remember the spot hidden. I'm sure you got me to roll that earlier, and I can't remember if I passed or failed, and I haven't ticked things, so I'm just trying to fill it in. I got my track.
If you watch the video back,
Okay.
Well, I only really
Cool.
have. I've only succeeded in 2 skills this session.
Me too. Dodge and shoot.
And
I end up rolling power most of the time, and that doesn't get a tick. So.
Lost a wow, 90 points.
Hmm. Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to cut the broadcast. Thank you, Steve, for watching, and we will see you next week.
yeah,
Bye-bye.
see you